topic, ang coverage talaga nito is steady climb, pating glide. Okay? So, pero ngayon, kaya pag-usapan muna natin is yung sa climb na part muna. No? So, we're gonna, kumbaga, do a throwback on rate of climb, maximum rate of climb, climb angle, maximum climb angle, no? And then yung Vx and Vy. Okay? So, yun, no? Let's start. Okay, so sa steady climb performance, okay, so unlike kasi sa, unlike sa steady level, okay, so sa steady climb kasi, syempre, the aircraft is inclined. So, ibig sabihin, yung altitude, whatever altitude it's at, is not constant anymore, no? So, in incline, it's increasing. Okay? So, ngayon, if we consider all the forces acting on the airplane ulit, okay, and during a climb, so, ito pa rin siya, you have your four forces, tapos ito yung airplane axis mo. Okay? So, you have your thrust line here at a relatively small angle with your axis, and then weight is always downward, and then your lift and drag follows that airplane axis. So ngayon, itong angle na ng airplane axis na to, with the horizontal, so ito yung tinatawag na climb angle. Okay? Or simply, actually, ano lang siya, yan, simply gamma lang yung ginagamit na symbol. Okay? Ito yun. And then, if we're gonna look at the velocities naman, so syempre, the V infinite or yung free stream velocity mo should follow the direction or the flight path of the airplane. In this case, pa-climb siya. Okay? So ngayon, since si V infinite mo hindi na siya horizontal at steady level, naka-diagonal na siya, so magkakaroon ka ngayon ng components, di ba? Horizontal and vertical component. So ngayon, yung horizontal component, yung tinatawag na ground speed. So if you're familiar, common aviation term naman ng ground speed, di ba? It's the speed of the airplane as perceived from the ground. So hindi mo naman technically nakikita yung pag-angat ng airplane. Okay? So nakikita mo is yung galaw niya horizontal lang. As seen from the ground niya. Okay, and then you have the horizontal, the vertical component naman, which is your rate of climb. So ito yung focus natin ngayon. Okay, yung pagkuha nitong rate of climb na to. Gets? Okay, so ngayon, let's talk about the focus tayo sa forces involved. Okay, so if you look at the forces involved, okay, so if we're going to analyze this force symbol, okay, so ito yung tanong, can we still use the concepts of statics? Pwede pa ba tayo mag-statics dito? Hindi na siya level flight. So what do I mean by that? So ibig sabihin ba nun, pwede pa ba tayong horizontal forces equal to 0, vertical forces equal to 0, mga ganun. And similar to steady level flight. Kasi doon, steady level. Ito kasi steady climb na. So hindi na siya level flight. So pwede pa natin gamitin yung concept na yon to form relationships with our forces. Wala, yes. Steady climb na. Hindi na siya level flight. Steady pa din naman daw. Yes, okay.
Yes, sir, pwede. Hindi na po ang video.
Yes. 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 So actually, that's actually the exact reason why you can still use, pwede pa po siyang gamitin. It's because you're still under steady flight. So ibig sabihin, if all this summation of all forces should cancel each other out pa din. Hindi nag-accelerate yung airplane. Kuha? So ano yung sabihin ng scenario na to? So yung scenario na to, yung aircraft mo umaangat, pero yung pag-angat niya, yung being unit mo is held constant. Diba? Okay, so hindi siya accelerating. No? So in this case, again, we can still use the concepts of statics. Okay? So ibig sabihin, the extra challenge lang dito is that unlike kasi sa steady level flight na pwede tayong mag-cancel out ng mga angle dahil maliliit, dito hindi na. Kasi yung flight angle mo, malamang malaking angle na yan. Umaangat na yung airplane mo eh. Okay? So paano natin ngayon yan paano natin i-form yung mga relationships natin with these forces and the angles. So if we're gonna combine this one, okay, so we can start with this Bigyan na natin FBB. No? So yung free body diagram, so ito yung drag, ito yung lift, ito yung thrust, and ito yung weight. Okay? So again, meron kang angle dito na gamma. Diba? Okay? So ano yung mga pwede natin gawin? So una, we can do summation of forces, no? Yung big forces horizontal versus vertical. Okay, pwede naman yun. However, kung titignan kasi natin to, kung mag-horizontal at vertical pa tayo, ito mahahati sa dalawa, ito mahahati sa dalawa, ito mahahati sa dalawa. Diba? So instead of dealing with just 4 forces, okay, you're now dealing with 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 vectors na agad. Diba? So medyo parang pinahirapan pa natin sa sarili natin. So what we can do is we utilize the fact that lift and drag are always perpendicular with each other. So ibig sabihin, okay, given that your thrust, so kung naalala niyo yung sa engine incidents, daling maliit lang yan, so pwede siyang kapantayin ito. No? So what if ikutin natin itong ating diagram? Kuha? So mangyayari, kapag inikot natin yan, okay, so ito yung lift, ito yung drag, ito yung thrust, kasi ito yung weight mo ngayon. Okay? So ngayon, dahil inikot ko siya by this amount of angle, so lahat sila iikot. So naging horizontal itong drag and thrust, naging vertical itong lift, and then yung weight naging angle. Ngayon, siya ngayon yung maliit angle dito yung right angle. Buha? So ngayon, ang nangyari, instead of dealing with 3 diagonal forces or diagonal vectors, isa na lang yung atingin ko. Okay? So what we just did is a common technique po in statics, yung rotation of axis. Okay, so gagawa natin, iniikot lang natin yung diagram para mapadali yung solution. Okay, so ngayon, pagdating dito, isa na lang yung i-resolve natin. Okay, so if we do summation of forces horizontal, okay, so in this case, wala nang kinalaman yung lift ko dito. Diba? So if we're gonna look at this one, you have your thrust, you have your drag, no, and then you have the horizontal component of the weight. Okay, so magiging W side to side. Ano na galing to? Side. Ito yung mga nahanap. Side. Horizontal eh. So, katapat tong angle, so that's side. Okay? So now we have this here, no? We have this working relationship. So ngayon, pwede natin itong galawin ng konti. So we now have, if we're gonna get sine gamma, so transpose, you have P minus 3, and then divide everything by W. Kuha? So, sige, standby na muna natin yan dyan. No? Okay. So now, sige, para kompleto, if we're gonna do horizontal, vertical forces naman, no? So wala naman ibang forces involved, kundi yung lift, and then yung cosine naman ng weight. So, sige, lagyan na natin. We have this relation. Okay, so ano lang, lilipat lang. Okay. So this one, okay, so you now have a working relationship between the forces involved and the angles involved. Okay? So ngayon, try naman natin to, yung sa velocities naman. So yung sa velocity ito, medyo straightforward naman siya. No, again, ang goal natin is mahanap yung rate of climb. So of course, alam mo to, no, yung velocity that you have. So ibig sabihin, in order to get this rate of climb from this vector here, since siya yung vertical component, again, this follows the same angle. No? Ito yun. So, gagamitan natin ang sine gamma. Okay? Wait lang, may napansin ako. So, gagawin ko ito ng konti. Tama, di ba? Divide lang. Okay? And ito, malamang ito rin yun. Di ba? Sabi sabihin, pwede kong i-equate yung dalawa. Di ba? So, I now have this one. Diba? Equate ko lang. Okay, and then, if we cross or if we transpose this velocity here, so isang angle. Diba? So, arc sine of gets. So ngayon, yun na. And just like that, meron na tayong dalawang key formula for our rate of climb. No? You can now determine the rate of climb and its corresponding climb angle. Ha? Okay. Okay. So ngayon, okay, tuloy natin. So logically, or if you're going to interpret this equation, you have TV or T times V minus T times V. No? Ito, yung thrust na ipoprovide ng engine, so ito yun. Then ito yung drag na na-generate ng airplane. Diba? So again, going back to our power, no, definition of power, diba? Force times distance. Meron kang force, ay force times speed pala. No? So meron kang force at meron ka ng velocity. Ito yung binigay ng engine, ito yung na-generate ng airplane. So in other words, yung kailangan niya para i-maintain. Gets? So ngayon, ano yung ano nito? Ano yung mapapala natin dito? So kung ito yung kailangan ng engine, or ito yung mabibigay ng engine, I can also say that this one is your power available. Kasi yan yung mabibigay ng engine mo. Okay? Ito naman is, di ba, from our steady level flight, it's our power required. Again, divided by weight. So, ibig sabihin, this is our, it's another form of rate of climb. Okay? So ngayon, paano natin interpret? So ngayon, di ba from our steady level flight performance, no? What ang pinaka-last slide I believe doon is kapag ginraph natin yung power required at power available, okay, in this case, so meron kang parang ganito yung tsura. Kasi ito yung power available, ito yung power required. Buka? No? So ngayon, ibig sabihin at a particular velocity, yan, ito na yun. So at a particular velocity, so kunyari nandito, yan. So ang mangyayari, para makuha ko yung rate of climb, kukunin ko itong power required na to, and then, yung power available. Yan. Buha? No? So, in other words, ito yung power available at this particular velocity. And then, ito yung power required. No? Again, at that particular velocity. Okay? So ngayon, yung difference, ibig sabihin nito is kailangan makuha ko itong gap na to. Yung length ng gap na to. Buka? Okay? Yung ang tawag dyan is your excess power. Ito na yun. Distance between. Okay? So this gives us another form of your rate of climb. Pwede natin gawin. Okay, so yun na. We already have yung equation na agad. Nakakat na. Okay? So ngayon, tuloy tayo. Okay? So ibig sabihin, at a particular velocity, may sarili ang power available, may sarili ang power required, well, from steady level flight performance. So therefore, meron din yung sariling excess power at rate of climb. So ngayon, what if i-graph natin yun isa-isa? No? So kukunin ko yung excess power dito, excess power doon, all the way hanggang dulo. No? So what we'll end up with is so. Okay? So if we're gonna graph the rates of climb, so excess power divided by weight, versus the velocity, so ito yun. Okay? So again, kukunin ko yung gap every velocity. No? So mangyayari is, so pwedeng start ka dito, and then tataas kasi lalaki yung gap, and then eventually, liliit ng liliit until magsi-zero na yan. No? So itong point na to, malamang ito yung maximum velocity mo. Kasi this point corresponds to this particular point here. Wherein, yung available at yung required mo, equal na. So, yung rate of climb doon, 0. Kasi wala nang difference. Buha? Okay, so yun, nag-plot na natin isa-isa, no, per velocity. Okay? So ngayon, dito, ano ba yung mga makikita natin? So, unang-una natin mapapansin is, siyempre, meron yung tuktok. Ngayon, yung tuktok na yan, ito na yung maximum rate of climb mo. Buha? Okay? No? So, ibig sabihin, the maximum rate of climb, okay, constitutes to the maximum excess power. Ngayon, kung kunyari, in-assume natin na yung power available ay constant, no? Per velocity. I-constant siya with velocity. Okay? Saan, at what speed, no? At what velocity will the airplane be able to achieve its maximum rate of climb? Again, assuming muna no, na constant yung velocity, constant yung power available. with velocity. So no matter how fast the airplane is, the power available is always constant. Saan? At what velocity will the airplane achieve its maximum rate of climb? Available. Oh. Saan? Assuming again, assuming na yung pinakamutol. Power available is held constant. Assuming the power available is held constant, at what velocity will the airplane be able to achieve its maximum rate of flight? Alam mo ba ang choices mo? You have your maximum velocity, your stall speed, minimum power, minimum drag. Oh, yun ang dapat niya. Yan, kasi natin velocity. Maximum velocity, stall speed, kasi naman pinakamabagal na pwede. And then you have your minimum power, minimum drag. Yung na-explain ng steady level na drag. Stall speed, stall speed, maximum rate of climb. Constant yung power available. Apat yun. Yung pinakasagad, yung pinakamabilis, so maximum velocity. Yung pinakasagad, yung pinakamabagal, o yung stall. And then yung nakocompute natin na minimum power or yung minimum drag. Minimum B or minimum D. Steady level. Kaya natin compute yun.
Kasi diba constant naman yung power. Pag tinasin mo yung velocity, magtataas yung drag mo. Pag constant na yung power mo, tinasa mo yung, pinaba mo yung speed mo, bumaba yung drag, hindi mo taas mo yung mo.
Yung ganyan, pre.
Ayun.
Yung kayo down. Yung iba.
Hindi na nakikita.
Iba pa? Stall, Vmax, Vmin P, o Vmin D.
Max power, max power.
So far, stall pa lang ang may sagot. May power naman siya. Minimum drag. Dalawang minimum drag, stall. O, yun ba?
Basahin ka.
Siguro.
Yung power mo.
So ito, sige, isa-isa na natin. So una, ang pinaka-obvious na may eliminate na choice is yung maximum velocity. Bakit? Paalam, sulat ko lang. Ang Vmax, pantay yung available at record mo, so yung rate of climb mo, 0. So dito pa lang, ikistagan mo yung maximum velocity. So ngayon, you're left with 3. Minimum stall, minimum power, tsaka minimum drag. Okay? So, again, ang assumption is the power available is held constant. So, ibig sabihin, ito, straight line lang yan. Rate of climb is directly affected by the excess power based on here. Diba? The gap, kumbaga. So, kung constant to, at what point in this power required graph will the gap be at its largest? Kasi yun yung may maximum rate of climb ka. Dun sa point na malamang minimum power required. So, ibig sabihin, yung velocity for minimum power, yung velocity na kailangan mo to max power. Wala sa power. Right.
Wala talaga mas power.
Diba? Oo naman. Eh, kung iisipin, di ba? Yung rate of climb, naka-apekto dyan yung gap nito. Eh, saan mo may malaking gap? Di ba? You want to maximize that gap to maximize your rate of climb. No? So, ibig sabihin, given a constant power available, no, applying at minimum power speed, it will give you the maximum rate of climb. However, may ano doon, kumbaga sometimes true yun. Okay? So bakit? Ano yung exception? Di ba, na-mention dun sa steady level flight natin, na there are times wherein the airplane's minimum power speed is less than the stall. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin nun, okay, hindi maabot ng airplane yung minimum power speed niya kasi mag-stall muna yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, no? Ano yung i-declare mo minimum power speed doon? Hindi. Not necessarily yung stall, but syempre, lalagyan mo ng konti back buffer, no, safety buffer, yung 10 to 20%. Hindi nanood mo ito. So yun yung magiging velocity mo for minimum and for maximum rate of climb. Pero again, that assumes that your power available is held constant. Siyempre, in reality, hindi. Okay? So ngayon, yung velocity dyan, so ito yun. So standby muna natin ito. No? Velocity for your RC max. So ngayon, nalaman na natin kung paano kunin yung rate of climb, prime angle, and the maximum rate of climb. No, based dito sa graph na to. Okay. Now, the next question is, yung maximum rate of climb ba na yan, if you're gonna talk about angles, so does it mean that your aircraft has to be at its highest angle para ma-achieve yung highest rate of climb? Buti tingnan kasi natin to, syempre, no? Para mataas yung rate of climb ko, kailangan mataas din yung flight angle ko. Diba? So does that also mean na para makapag RC max ako, makapag maximum rate of climb ako, kailangan masagad ko din to flight angle ko? Hindi.
Dapat yung angle is sa disregard.
Walang ano ha, walang underlying assumption na constant power.
Highest angle is
Oo.
Minsan direct proportional din sa order.
Oo, kasi ito.
Hindi pag yung maximum na average, ibig sabihin mataas yung rate of climb na mabibigay.
Sense, o nga naman, mataas nga naman ito, mataas yung vertical component niya. Agree lahat doon? Parang doodle lang.
Dapat mataas yung rate of climb.
Hindi, kaya nga, para masagad natin yung rate of climb, kailangan masagad din natin itong angle.
Dito po rin kung bumaba yung pababa yung rate of
Tama naman, di ba? Tama naman. Actually, kung iisipin. So, the grease, no? So, agree lahat. Sige, ano ba? Agree na lang. Oh, wait lang.
Ano yung sagot mo?
Yung formula ng RC.
Oo.
Directed ko mga sa
Sige, mag-divide ko. Yan, ito lang yan. Yun lang basically yun. Yeah, always true, sometimes true, never true.
Always.
Just explain.
Always.
Sometimes
Sometimes true lang.
Sometimes true. So may instance na oo, may instance na hindi.
Kasi baka mag-school eh.
Always.
Always true.
Always true.
Always true.
Always true. Always true. Okay. I think most of you agrees, no? Na in order to achieve the maximum rate of climb, kailangan sa ganito din yung right angle niya. Diba? Okay? Actually, hindi po. Okay? Always wrong. Bakit? Bakit? No? Bakit? Okay? Kung isasabihan mo kasi yung in order to achieve this one, so napansin na natin dito, diba? Sa ating graph. Now you have to maximize the gap. Okay? Again, power available is not held constant. So ibig sabihin, okay, hindi guaranteed na yung minimum power speed mo ang pang maximum rate of climb mo. So you also have to take into account that velocity. No? Kasi kung isasagad mo yung power available mo, malamang yung V-infinite mo tataas din. So, kung i-compute mo yan, mapataas mo nga ito kasi lumaki yung gap, pero ito tumaas din. So pagdating na sa angle mo, hindi siya ganun mataas. Kuha? So paano natin makukuha yung maximum climb angle? Okay? So if you look at this graph here, okay? So, green naman. So ano pwede natin gawin, no, for this, in order to get the maximum climb angle? So pwede natin gawin similar dun sa ginawa natin ng L over D. No? This equation tells us na para mataas to, kailangan yung ratio, yung RC over V ay maximum. Diba? Kailangan magpataas itong value na to para mataas yung angle na to. So paano natin makukuha yan dito? So same, same steps, no? So gagawin natin, from the origin, gagawa ko ng line that is tangent to your curve. Kanyari nandito siya. Ayan. Okay? So nandito, ayan. Okay? So gagawa ko ng line that's tangent to this curve na ginawa ko. Ngayon, from here, kukunin ko yung rate of climb and then kukunin ko yung velocity. Okay? And then, ito yung pag-divide ko to get my right angle. Ha? Common mistake na napapansin ko, just because may line akong nakita dito, ang ginagawa, sinusukat na directly itong angle na to. Pwede naman siya, provided na dapat tama yung scaling nito at tama yung scaling nito. Okay? Pero, yun nga, if you're gonna measure it directly, syempre, yung naliwa dito sa dulo dyan. So, ang pinaka-safe na gawin is, kunin mo na lang yung coordinates and then divide mo. Okay? So, this gives us No? Yeah. Okay? Diba? Question? Okay, so ngayon, ito, no? Sakto. So, last question na to. Okay? So, if you remember yung topics natin sa, climb, okay? So, familiar ba kayo sa term na V-speeds? V-speeds. V-speeds. Diba? Lang. Okay? Sige, ano naman yun? Actually, it's a common, common aviation term. We kind of expect yung base to already know. But anyways, so V-speeds po kasi yung term dun sa listahan ng mga velocities as defined sa 14 CFR Part 1. So nandun lahat yun. V1, V2, VR, Vx, Vy, Vlog, Vs0, Vs1. Ngayon yung mga ibig sabihin nun. Okay? VNO, VMO, never exceed, design cruising, design diving speed, and so on. Okay? So, listahan yun ng mga velocities na standard, no? Na may standard definitions. Okay? So, yung related dito sa topic na to, meron doon dalawa. You have Vx, tsaka Vy. Okay? So, you can probably guess, no? Na from here, yung isa dyan related sa maximum rate of climb. Yung isa dyan related sa maximum climb angle. So, in other words, yung isa dyan, ito. Alin ang alin? Yung isa no? Parang ma-check na. Yung isa Vx, yung isa Vy. Alin ang velocity that's associated with the maximum rate of climb? Alin ang velocity that's associated with the maximum climb path? So basically, ito yun. Alin dito yung alin. Alin dito yung Vx, alin dyan. Alin dito So Vy constitutes to RC max. No? So yun actually yung definition niya sa V-speed. So Vy is your rest rate of climb velocity. So in other words, itong V na to, this is your V sub X. Okay? And then, yun na, no? Yung V sub X, ang isa ko yun. No? So, V sub X is your best angle of climb. Diba? No? So, hindi. Actually, ito mismo yata yung nakalagay sa V-speed. Or velocity of best delineation. Okay? So I would like you to have a copy of that. No? So yung very useful reference. Magagamit nyo yan hanggang even in the future. No? Okay. So those are important. Kumaga aviation terminologies talaga siya. Okay? Para hindi rin kayo pagtawanan sa Facebook. in this case, ang v sub y sa v sub x. Okay? So actually, hindi. Okay? But, hindi tumataas yung v sub x sa v sub y. So, ibig sabihin, there will come an altitude wherein magpapantay yung dalawa. Okay? Kasi, remember, lahat ng to, okay, we're just talking about a single starting altitude pa lang. So, kunyari si level. Pag kunyari, umangat ka na ng 5,000 feet, syempre, as we all know, from steady level flight, gagalaw na to, gagalaw na to. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, yung gap in between, liliit. So, magkakaroon na ng panibagong ganito. Which means, panibagong maximum rate of climb, panibagong gamma max, for that particular altitude. Panibagong VX, hindi ko yan naman siya. Kuha? So, ngayon, ang tanong, kung isasagot natin yung gap na yun, paliit ng paliit, no? At what altitude, no, will these two curves start to separate? In other words, magbabaliktad na. Masyado lang mataas yung required, masyado lang mababa yung pakilog. Saan altitude ngayon mangyayari yun? Okay? So yun na yung next meeting natin, yung ceilings na yun. Okay, kung paano na yun tuloy. Okay? Okay? So ito, iwan ko siguro sa inyo yung question to. No? Kasi yung oras na rin eh. Since we already have our best rate and best angles of flying. Okay. So the aircraft, let's say meron siyang target height na kailangan lagpasan. No, kunyari take off, no? Part 23 defines take off na matatapos siya once the aircraft has climbed into an obstacle height of 50 feet. Oh, 50 meters. Okay, 50 feet, 50. Okay? So kapag ang aircraft, ano ang kaibahan kapag ang aircraft ay lumipad using DY or nag-climb using DY or best rate of climb versus kapag ang aircraft ay nag-climb using BX or yung best angle of climb. Okay? Oo, same target height. Okay? So, ayan, oras na kasi. So, iwan ko na yun sa inyo. Okay? Sa next meeting ko, nabalik ko ano yung attendance card nyo. Kaya habol pa ba? Ay!